gang, the next couple of videos I'm talking about improving your diet and healthy eating strategies to the millionth, gazillionth, umpteenth power. And as I talk about in my book on fitness independence, the whole idea behind a healthy diet is to actually remove stress from your life. This idea of like a healthy eating and eating right should be the straight and narrow and fight the good fight and fight the cravings. And if you've got stress coming on and so on, that means you're healthy eating. No, it doesn't. It's like smacking yourself with a hammer and saying it's good for your hand. Stress is an alarm bell. It's a sign you're going the wrong way. Now, as I explained in my book, the entire point of a good diet is to satisfy and fulfill your appetites and desires. That's the whole point. If that's not your number one objective, you run a very good chance of having a less than optimal diet or maybe even an unhealthy diet. Now, in this video, I'll be talking about the physiological approach to this. Next one, psychological. So as I, again, explained in the book, we have 4 primal appetites that I like to focus on, okay? For, primal appetite number 1, hunger. We've got to satisfy our hunger. It's that simple. Constant hunger is the sign of an unhealthy diet. Number 2 of the primal appetites is nutrition. Fat, protein, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, sterols, phytochemicals, amino acids. All these things, you gotta have them. You gotta have these things in order to sustain your body. And there's just no getting around that. Number 3, the sensory appetites of food. Taste, texture, how it smells, how it makes you feel just by seeing it and eating it and so on. We need to acknowledge these things. And then finally 4 is energy level. How does your diet make you feel? Good practices in health and fitness in general, especially diet, boost up your energy. Now, the problem with a lot of dogmatic approaches to diet is that we get very pigeonholed into one of these things. Okay, let's take, for example, super strict eating based off of a nutritional principle. Okay, so we're like, okay, gotta eat to maximize our nutritional intake. Very good. Is it enough to base a diet off of and ensure a healthy diet? Absolutely not. That's like driving a car with only one wheel that's fully inflated and the others are flat and bald and going flap, 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 and saying you can drive just fine. If you ignore the others, you still are running very, very short. The approach to that, let's take it to the other example. Let's say we've got someone who doesn't care about nutrition, doesn't care about the energy, doesn't care, all they care about is hunger. They come home and they're hungry and whatnot, and they're just gonna chow down on whatever they can order from fast food or whatnot. They just don't wanna be hungry anymore. But they don't care about nutrition, they don't care about how they feel afterwards. They're lethargic slugs on the couch just watching TV, they feel like crap and so forth. And they barely even tasted the food. They don't even really care too much about how it tastes. They just don't want to be hungry anymore. So they eat nothing but junk food. I would put these two in the exact same category. The person who only cares about nutrition is no different in my mind from a health perspective than the person who only cares about hunger and nothing else. We want to be paying attention to all 4 of these things because deprivation and not being fulfilled and satisfied is going to lead to a less than healthy diet. Now, the thing that's neat about all 4 of these is they form what I call the healthy eating net, the satisfaction net, because they all keep each other in check if you're paying attention to all 4 of these things. Okay, your hunger is going to drive you to eat food. But if you eat too much, your energy level is going to be down. Also, if you don't eat very nutritious food, it's not going to satisfy you very much, so you're going to feel like you're always hungry, like you always got to keep eating. Second of all, how about sensory stuff? If it doesn't taste good, it's like, well, it's nutritious and it's what I got to eat, but it doesn't taste good. I don't like the texture of it. I'm just gobbling down slop. Then you're going to feel like you're always not terribly satisfied there, and your energy level is going to get low because you're not very motivated to eat it all. All 4 of these keep you in check. But again, with the dogmatic approaches to diet and eating, a lot of times we're told to even fight or even ignore these other things. Doesn't matter what your hunger is. Doesn't matter if you like chocolate, you can't eat it anymore. Oh, you like sugar, you can't eat it anymore. Who cares if it tastes really good? They actually say that these things are bad. They pull up the junk foods and the Twinkies and the McDonald's and everything, and they say, oh, they engineer these foods to be huge sensory experiences so that we want it all the more. Oh, gee, how terrible. Oh, no, how dare they? Here's a great idea. If we're only just, why don't we just mind like that stuff that they ate in that movie, The Matrix, the slop that has very low taste and it's just crappy blah and it doesn't satisfy anything, but it's all the nutrition hunger? That's gonna be a great business model. I'm sure McDonald's and Twinkies and Hostess are gonna jump all over that, because after all, this is all we really need, isn't it? Of course, I'm being sarcastic. We need to honor all 4 of these. All of them are of equal importance. And if we think that one is more important and the others are something we should ignore or even fight against, we're going right off of a cliff as far as nutritional or dietary health and well-being is concerned. So honor your nutrition. Get lots of varieties of whole foods in the diet. Honor your hunger. Notice your hunger. Recognize it. Are you thirsty or are you hungry? Are you bored or are you actually hungry? Enjoy your food. Taste it. Taste it. Don't just wolf it down. Finally, how is your energy level due to your diet? Do you feel good afterwards? Do you feel like you can go out and be active, or do you want to be a slug on the couch? Honor every one of these appetites. They are all of equal importance. In the next video, we'll talk about the more emotional side of things and why that's also extremely important. Thoughts down below. Be fit, live free.